Preparing for and conducting evaluation of teaching. Evaluation of colleagues is one of the most important roles of faculty. Preparation is key to meeting this responsibility. Fortunately, faculty evaluation is an evidence-based process and operates according to established procedures and policies. Being prepared for this activity requires 1. Knowledge of current policies and procedures at all levels, institution, college, and department. And 2. Recognition of appropriate evidence documenting achievement in teaching. Links to the information referenced in this presentation can be accessed via the Office of the Dean of Faculty's website, dof.tamu.edu. The information that informs the evaluation process is readily available. To access this information, go to the Office of the Dean of Faculty's website and click on the Promotion and Tenure button to access resource links. Necessary information includes 1. The University Statement on Academic Freedom, Responsibility, Tenure, and Promotion. 2. Guidelines by college. And 3. University Promotion and Tenure Guidelines. An important part of preparation is to read university-level guidelines specific to the teaching report. Note that multiple possible sources of information are listed and expected. A holistic evaluation of teaching includes evidence beyond student evaluations. Examples include exploring teaching materials such as syllabi, exams, or course instances in the learning management system. Peer evaluation of teaching. Examples of student work, and a teaching portfolio. Multiple sources of information for teaching quality and effectiveness, not just student evaluations, should be used. It is expected that units provide clear instructions for materials expected from the candidate in order to evaluate teaching. Read the department and college guidelines for faculty evaluation. The guidelines can be accessed from department and/or college websites or through the Dean of Faculty's website. Note the details in the introduction to Appendix 3, Evidence Supporting Performance in Teaching. This guidance suggests a variety of elements appropriate for consideration for evaluation of faculty teaching performance at Texas A&M University. These example questions, as applicable to the faculty member's department, college, and/or discipline, are appropriate for use in annual evaluations and in the teaching report for midterm review, promotion and tenure, and post-tenure review. This resource is meant to prompt evidence-based analysis during the evaluation of dossiers rather than require specific prescription for those reports. Use only those bullets that apply, or develop your own list of evidence and questions to prompt relevant evaluation within your discipline. Suggestions and examples in the next several slides are provided to assist, but options are not limited to those included. A record of all courses taught is needed. Evidence demonstrating impact in teaching begins with some logical questions. How many courses does the instructor teach, and how often? How many students are enrolled? Over the period under consideration, how does the average course load of this instructor correspond to unit expectations? It is reasonable to expect you will review the course syllabi for the candidate. Syllabus quality indicators include clarity of communication in the syllabus overall, as well as in the design and organization of the course. Course information, readings, and materials should reflect the current state of the discipline. Assignments and assessments should be well paced for the course level and include up-to-date information, readings, and materials. It is vital that the course fulfill the needs of the academic unit for developing content and process skills. There should be evidence of best practice for inclusive teaching. What does student feedback say about the syllabus? When considering assignments, assessments, and grading, are these elements pedagogically effective? Is there adequate information for students to know what is being assessed? What does student performance on these opportunities demonstrate about their learning? What is the impact of assignments, assessments, and grading on student satisfaction and success? Specifically, do you view assignments as effective pedagogical methods and materials? What does student performance on the assignment indicate about its effectiveness, their satisfaction with the learning environment, and/or student success? Is how the assignment will be assessed clear within the assignment description? Is a rubric provided? What is your assessment of the exams? How do exams compare with best practices in the discipline? How innovative are the exams? Do the exams represent rigor appropriate for this level course? How well do you expect the exams capture student performance? What is your assessment of the grading methods? Do the methods reflect best practice? Do the grading methods facilitate student learning? If the faculty member has participated in structured classroom observation, please elaborate about that in the report. Were course observations done and data submitted? Were course observations based on specific standards like the Classroom Observation Feedback Form from the Center for Teaching Excellence? What was the frequency of the observations? How has the teaching quality changed across observations of the candidate? Is there evidence of continuous course and teaching improvement? How have courses and teaching evolved? How has the instructor engaged in reflection and continuous improvement of teaching to enhance teaching effectiveness? What, if any, evidence is there that the candidate pursued professional development to identify and implement appropriate and innovative pedagogy? Not all teaching is in the classroom or within a course. For faculty who have responsibilities mentoring graduate students, undergraduate researchers, postdocs, and peers, please provide an evaluation of those activities. Direction of graduate students. Are the graduate students supervised by the candidate progressing in a timely manner? Are there productivity measures for the graduate student, like publications, awards, postdoctoral, or professional placement, that relate directly to the mentoring effectiveness of the faculty member? Direction of undergraduate researchers. Are undergraduate projects and experience with this candidate consistent with expectations in the department? Are there productivity measures for the undergraduate student, like publications, awards, graduate school, or professional placement, that relate directly to the mentoring effectiveness of the faculty member? Direction of postdoctoral scholars. Are the postdocs supervised by the candidate progressing in a timely manner? Are there productivity measures for the postdocs, like publications, awards, professional placement, that relate directly to the mentoring effectiveness of the faculty member? Other mentoring activities. What sorts of advising or mentoring activities outside of research and scholarship does the candidate do with students, postdocs, staff, and colleagues? Other teaching contributions include curriculum and course development, substantial revision of existing courses, and development of textbooks and other instructional materials. To what extent has a faculty member contributed to creating new courses, revising existing courses, coordinating multiple section courses, or contributing to program redesign? How has the faculty member influenced use of proven methods like high-impact practices? What is the role of the faculty member in course or curriculum assessment? How is the faculty member contributing to state-of-the-art or innovative educational materials in the unit or field? What additional ways are faculty mentoring students? How is the faculty member contributing to the professional development of students? What are the ways that student performance in interviews or other interactions with the profession have been impacted? What distinguishes the instruction a faculty member designed for honor students? Has the faculty member been recognized with awards for achievement in teaching? How exclusive are the awards? What is known about the selection process and the criteria for selection? What about continuous improvement in other areas, such as mentoring, curriculum design, or assessment? How has the faculty member engaged in professional development, reflection, and/or continuous improvement of mentoring effectiveness? How has the faculty member engaged in professional development, reflection, and/or continuous improvement of curriculum design or assessment-associated effectiveness? Has the faculty member received competitive internal grants or fellowships related to these activities? Has the faculty member shared scholarly approaches to teaching beyond their classroom? Has a faculty member presented his or her teaching approaches in the department or college, at a campus workshop, at a campus teaching conference, at a state, national, or international teaching conference, or in the teaching session of a discipline-specific conference? Has the teaching expertise of the faculty member served to improve the quality of the teaching of others in the unit, like bringing innovative approaches or technologies to the program such that colleagues adopt them as well, or in a collaborative way dependent on participation of the faculty member? Student evaluations are an important element of a holistic evaluation of teaching. This note from Appendix 3 of the Promotion and Tenure Guidelines illuminates the context for appropriate use in terms of what the department and the candidate need to include and address. The candidate dossier should include all the student evaluation data appropriate for the period of time under evaluation. The department should provide the table as well as the appropriate data for comparison, like average of other sections of that course, average of other courses at that level in the curriculum. The student evaluation questions used for this purpose is a department-level determination, which should be standardly applied across all candidates. Departments not utilizing numerical ratings should provide a careful summary and analysis of the verbal responses over a multi-year period. The candidate may choose to address other questions as well in their statement, CV, and other materials provided, and of course their perspective should be taken into account in the report. Keep in mind that student evaluation data are required and there is an expected format prescribed in the guidelines. Faculty members should have access to student evaluation data considered in your unit when writing their impact statement. In the department teaching report, you should provide a complete table that follows the prescribed format from the guidelines. Evidence specific to student ratings. How does the data align with the student's success in the course? Does the data align with successful student performance in the next course in sequence? Does the data align with things like increase in student minoring or majoring in the discipline? What additional data is included for context, like mid-semester feedback, multiple sets of feedback from individual class meetings? What conclusions about teaching performance do you draw from the data? What do you learn from the data? Continuous improvement of factors identified in student evaluations. What evidence is presented supporting continuous improvement in teaching? Is there reflection on student evaluation feedback, student performance, etc.? Has the faculty member engaged in faculty professional development in teaching related to feedback and reflection? It is good practice to conduct a preliminary assessment of packets received for review and determine if all materials necessary to analyze the candidate's teaching excellence have been provided. If required materials are missing, work with the P&T chair to request the materials from the candidate. Make sure to save documentation associated with the request. A report that indicates the analysis of teaching is limited by the materials provided may be viewed as a breakdown in communications at the department level. If you have any questions about writing the teaching report that are not answered by the guidelines, please do not hesitate to contact us at facultyevaluation@tamu.edu.